Cyberpunk releases in 2020 and gets ridiculed for being an unfinished mess. 3 years later is now the GOAT due to constant patches and free updates. Dunks on the other overhyped sci-fi AAA games released 3 years after it. How did they do it? It was always soulful. Sure, the gameplay was pretty mid at launch, but it was made with love and you could tell. As for Starfield, you just can't patch in the soul. It will always remain a soulless corporate slop. Like everything is so inoffensive and bland, that is kind of impressive in a way. Be me, Amazon warehouse grunt. Clock in for another day of existential crisis. Boss pulls me aside. Guess what, champ? Overtime! My face when it's not even December, the season of eternal suffering. Ask him if he's lost his calendar or something. We're on prime time, every day is delivery day. Contemplate life choices while sorting through an avalanche of packages. Coworkers giving me that "we're in this together, but also I hate you a little" look. Seriously contemplating roping. I hate all of you for ordering so much stuff from Amazon. Confessed my feelings to a girl. She agreed and I finally got a girlfriend at 29. A week later she reveals she wants to break up, admitting she went back to her ex-boyfriend after he learned about our relationship. Battling intense emotions, I resisted the urge to let anger take over. Choose the higher path, walking away with fully awareness that I could have killed her with a single punch. I knew that I could destroy her life with a single punch, but I chose not to. I was merciful to her, and I feel that she only told me because he wanted to date her again. If not, she would have kept her cheating quiet. Somehow she thinks she had the higher moral ground because she was honest, by telling me what she did. Like a pup that pooped on the carpet. How do I get over this? She was my first girlfriend. POV, you've never punched anything, let alone anyone, in your entire life. Be me. At a gas station in Atlanta, 5 AM. I think I see Kanye West. Make my way over to get a closer look. It's definitely him. Not crazy starstruck or anything. I said, "Yo, I F with your music." He looks back and says, "Appreciate it." I asked, "Can I get a picture?" He said, "No." That was the first time I met Kanye. F my life. Be me. Meet this girl, easy 8.5. Start talking to her. The convoy is going pretty well. Gives me her Insta. Talk to her and play video games together the whole night while saying random stuff and laughing about it together. She's kinda autistic, which is cute. The next morning as I'm talking to her, she says, "I gotta tell you about this guy I'm talking to." Feels really bad instantly. JPEG. Played cool. My face when I realize this stuff happens to me all the time. My face when. Why the F does this stuff keep happening to me? And is there a way to prevent this stuff from happening? Embarrassing moments general. Post embarrassing moments, I'll go first. See receptionist at work reading Conversations of Socrates. Want to impress her, so I start talking to her about Socrates' life and niche facts. She gives me a weird look and doesn't really engage. Later mention it to my buddy. He laughs his butt off. He says it's pronounced Socrates and no Socrates. WTF. Be me, a closeted turbo-lesbian, living in a homophobic country. Stumble across this cozy burger place with 60s psychedelic theme. The cutest brunette I've ever seen standing at the cash register. Attention is solely on me because the place is empty with a thunderstorm outside. Mumbles my order because her cute smile was driving me into a nervous breakdown. She just giggles and tells me to write down my order if I am not sure. Do that. Brings me my order and adds fries to them even though I haven't paid for it. Bring it to her attention and she just winks at me. Already going through my period, so I was holding myself back from bursting into tears. That feeling when I came back another day and never saw her again. That feeling when I'll never have this stranger. That feeling when I realize I'll probably die alone. I love my mom. Playing a high-stakes ranked competition on an online game. Only 4 people left, excluding my team. I have insanely perfect weapons and gear. 99% chance of winning this. Phone buzzes with a message notification. "Hey sweetie, can you help me bring the groceries in? I'm in the driveway." Of course, mom. Immediately leave match. Don't respond to teammates' messages for the rest of the day. I'm talking to my mom. Sorry guys, I had to help with the bags. Be me. 5 years old, also the fastest kid. Girl my age liked me, I even convinced her to sit on my face one time. Age 7 to 8. Different girl my age asked me to be her boyfriend or some stuff, but ironically she was fat. Be age 9. Started to notice I wasn't the fastest kid anymore. Age 10 to 11. Remember I was rated as the second ugliest in some kind of comparison. Ugliest was a fat prick but later became a football chad in high school. Age 11 to 12. Got socially rejected. That still leaves a scar to this day, which only left me more prone to isolation. Coincidentally, girls became less interested in me when I gained weight since 9 years old. Age 12 to 18. At best became acquaintances with some girls but didn't seem like they were romantically interested in me. Age 22, present moment. Still no luck with girls. About to turn 23 in a few days and still never had a GF. Despite me knowing being fat is why I never had a GF, I don't do anything about it because I'm too lazy and free will doesn't exist. Otherwise I would be putting in effort to gym maxing. Be me at like 13 years old. 2003. Silent Hill 3 was around the corner. Only ever saw small amounts of 2. Wanted to play. A friend of mine allowed me to borrow his PS2 and a copy of Silent Hill 2. He had already beaten the game once, so I was doing a second playthrough. The game had me effing horrified, like I couldn't believe how scary it was. I kind of had an idea of the game's story, but I had no clue that there were multiple endings. Find the dog key during my playthrough. Still really scared and later find a place I can use the dog key. I get the dog ending not knowing WTF is going on. The credits roll as the dog barks them. I'm laughing hysterically but also confused as hell. Next day I give my buddy his PS2 and game back and I tell him the game has a whack ending. Tell him I thought the dog was hilarious. He thought I was BSing him. Turns out he had gotten the rebirth ending on his first playthrough and didn't know about the dog ending. I missed the early 2000s. With today's social media this stuff could never slide. What just happened? Be me. See a Turk and a Greek argue about their belief. An American walks in. The Turk and Greek start arguing about politics with the American. The American ignores them. The Turk and the Greek start arguing about food. What? They start arguing about religion. About 5 minutes later they start smack talking about random cities. Huh? They end the argument by wishing to each other a good night. Stuff was so unreal. How the F did them MFs go from arguing about food to arguing about religion? Are the Eastern Europeans this confusing? Oh buddy, you have no idea. Toxic relations with my mom. Be me, part of the wagey slave club for about a year. Mom nags me about giving a sizable portion of my income to them. I live in a city miles away from my parents. She keeps guilt-tripping me for deciding to live on my own here, saying I left them behind. Guilt-trips me whenever I say I don't have money. Says I'm not willing to spend money for them. Keeps ghosting me when I piss her off. For weeks on end, mind you. Whenever I do come here, she keeps saying that I am unhappy there. Doesn't even trust the keys to her car for me. Took out a loan for an appliance that I have to pay monthly for, which is fine by me. The one thing that isn't okay is that they purchased it without even asking me if I wanted to. Doesn't trust me in general, ironically keeps saying she loves me. It's all getting tiresome and it's poisoning my mental health. What the F do? I don't want to abandon her, and she's not a bad person. I just want to fix this with her. Anyway guys, if you liked the video make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Bye!